Yeah, hi everyone. So last session we started about history, right? That PDF I can open. This is the PDF. So last session, these are all the topics which we discussed, right? Yeah. This is the last session we discussed. We discussed about few of the attributes like data SLY use, and we started about the HDL, and then we have the block statements. Okay, the block statements are data SLY use, data SLY test, data SLY list, data SLY repeat, data SLY include, data SLY resource, data SLY template, and data SLY call, data SLY unwrap, data SLY text, data SLY element, data SLY attribute. These are the block statements. So in the last session, which we discussed about data SLY use. So this already we discussed from starting to now. So this attribute we discussed already. After that, we have the data SLY test. Test meaning it will check the condition first. If the condition is true, then it will execute the block. If the condition is false, then it will not execute the data. It will not execute the block. So this is actually what we did in the last session. So I hope my screen is also shared. Yeah. So I am going to my AEM. I would like to open my AEM. So localhost 4502 install.html, and this is the batch. Yes, and EM page. Yeah, this is the page, and the simply I am going to the CRXE, and now we'll try to understand data SLY tester. There is a dot HTML, right? Coming to here, and this is the data SLY tester. Okay, so come to the definition. It will check the condition. If the condition is true, then HTML block will be executed. Okay, condition you can take normal. Already we know operators and all, right. Normally instead of this variable, normally you can check normal values also can pass, like int. For example, I am taking the value 10 w equal to 10. Then what does it mean? 10 equal to 10 meaning this is the true, right? If this is true, then the control will go inside H1 element. Whatever it is holding the value, it will be printed on the page. Okay. So the concept here is data SLY test. It will execute the statement only when the condition is true. So simply I am saving this one, and now I am going to the EN page. I can reload the EN page. Now if you can see here the data coming from the test block. I hope you guys are clear. The thing is you have to understand where actually we use the data server test. So data server test first it will check the condition. If the condition is true, If the condition is true, then only it will execute the inside element. If the condition is false, for example, I am taking some false condition. So 10 equal to 20? No, right? If it is not equals, meaning if it is false, then the controller will not go inside. So in this case, you will not get any output on the page. If I can reload this page, if I scroll up, see here, I won't get anything. Okay? The thing is, when the condition is true, then it has to execute inside the block. If not, so it will not print anything. That's it. Okay? This is all about test, data SLY test. So after this, we discussed about the data SLY list. This is the data SLY list, right? All we written in the same file. Mm, uh, if you observe, Java is the one value, JS is the one value, React JS is the one value. All the values I kept in one variable, that is the items. So from that, again I am iterating over the collection, from the collection one by one, in the format of list. In the format of list. So when you will get the output like this, you will get output like this. Okay. Next, after that, which we discussed about list and repeat. When you go with the data SL by repeat, it will always print with the host element. If you don't want the host element, you want to own normal child element, then normally you can go ahead with the data SL list element. And after this, we discussed about data SL by template. Template meaning you can pass the values dynamically to the template. Like how you can pass. So these are the parameters, these are the parameters, and these are the arguments. Parameters meaning parameters are the values we are giving to the template as an input to perform some operations. So in the template level, I pass a few of the parameters, and here for those parameters, I assign the values. Okay. By default, template won't execute anywhere. We need to call to the template. We need to call to the template. Okay. Template itself it won't execute anywhere. We have to call to the template. Then only the template will execute. Then only the template will execute. Okay. Then only the template will execute. Right. Coming to here. Next, what we have data is a repeat. It will print with the host element. Okay. Next, we have the data as well include. Data as well include meaning which is used to include one file into the another file. One file into the another file. Like in the last session, what we did actually, we there is a data as well include right. See here, I created one more HTML file parallel to my file. There is a component file, right? A digital.html. I created parallel to that file, that is roger.html, and I want to include that file into current file. This is the main file, right? Digital.html is the main file. I want to include this roger.html into the current file. Then there is a option that is data as well include. So directly you can mention as the roger.html. After this, there we have one more custom attribute that is data server resource. Data server resource basically, so these we have there are many components. So in going forward in our project also, So when you open the CRXD, it will contain, there are number of full components. And if you want to use one component to another component, then simply you can come to the .html file, and there is a annotation which we used, that is data SLY resource, and where actually you can mention the component, whatever the component you want to include. This is the component name and component path, name of that component and path of that component, and then you can when you include that one like that, then whatever the data which is available in that specific component .html, that content we can render on the page. Next we have the data SLY items. Items meaning basically here all the values I kept inside one variable. The variable name is the items. Okay, so here I am iterating all the values one by one. Here I am iterating all the values one by one. Okay? Okay, fine. I hope this is clear. Like last session, I would say if I open the document, so this is the last session we started. Like a data as I use, test is clear, and a list is clear. Next, I would say repeat is clear, include is clear, resource is clear, template is clear, call is clear. Call is the attribute which is used to call the template only. Okay, so by default template it won't execute by default. So we need to call to the template, then only it will execute. If you want to call the template, we will use data SLY call. We will use data SLY call. Next we have the annotation attribute, that is unwrap. Unwrap meaning, so I am coming to here, where actually here I would like to take some div tag, and here I would like to take some such is the text I taken, and I close the div tag. I am saving this one, and where actually I would like to open EN page, and now I am going down, search right, I am going to the preview. Now I can inspect the page. See here, this is the content with the parent element. Are you guys clear with my statement? What I am saying? This is the content with the parent element, right? I don't want parent. This is the content. This is the element. I don't want this element. I want directly text only. I want direct text only. If I want direct text only, then here you can mention data SLY unwrap. Data SLY unwrap. I am saving this one. I would like to go to the EN page. Again, I am reloading the page. Again, I am reloading the page. Go down. Again, inspect the page. Go to the search. Open that div tag. Open. So see here. Element is removed. Element is removed. So if you don't want, which is used to remove the element from the content. So here, this is the old technique. This is the old technique, like data SLY unwrap is the old technique to remove the host element. But nowadays, everybody is following the technique, that is slide. Slide. So here directly you can mention any text like demo text. So instead of using this data SLY unwrap, so simply we will use the tag, that is slide tag. Simply you can use that is slide tag. Now the same text, I can save the file, and I would like to go to my page. I can reload my page and then we'll see the result, how the result will come on the page. Okay, I am coming to the page, demo text, right? I am inspecting this one, demo text. The both are in showing the same line. I don't want same line, I want different line. Then we can mention break statement, unwrap, so here we want to mention break statement. Save this one, EM page, reload, down, 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 demo text. See, so whatever unwrap is doing, so slide tag. So compared to among those two, which is the recommended one? This is the recommended one. Why? Because it is reducing the lines of code, and instead of writing data as by unwrap, this is the old technique to remove the host element, and this is the new technique. So nowadays everybody is following this technique to remove the host element. I hope this is also clear. Like data as by unwrap. This is also clear, right? Next, we have the data as by text. Data as by text. Data as a text meaning, for example, here I would like to take div tag, and I am closing the div tag. So inside I would like to take data sly text dot text equal to, here I can take some property. Normally we will take the variable, right? Whatever the variable we will read, that value will be displayed on the page. For example, here I will, this is the normal text, this is the demo text, and here I can mention some true value. I can mention, like for example, here also I can take like some 30 equal to 30. So in this case, are you guys clear with my statements? Data SLY text dollar 30 equal to, uh, there are two possibilities to display the content. This is the one text. There is a chance to display on the page, and when you mention the data SLY text, so compared to meaning, when you mention the data as a text, always it can display this value. Meaning 30 equal to 30, which means it will display the true as a value. I can go reload this one. See here. I hope you guys are clear what I'm saying. Data as a text equal to dollar 30, meaning this is the normal plain text. When you mention the data as a text, it can leave the main plain text, and whatever the value it is reading, that value it will be displayed on the page. That is about data set text. I hope you guys are clear, right? Okay. Next, come to here. Next, I hope you guys are clear. Data set text meaning values. Normally, if you remove this one, normally this text will be displayed on the page. When you mention the data as a text, whatever the value we are reading, that value will be displayed on the page. That is all about data as a text. Next, we have a few of the attributes as well. I would say next attribute. Attribute meaning this value can be replaced with uh, this text title. For example, this I'm copying this one. These are small things actually. We'll see this one. How it will display on the page. I'm just copying this one. Coming to here. This I can remove. Div title. There is a dummy message that is lorem sum and data sly use attribute title. For example, here I am taking some value. Value is here some 40 equal to some 40. Normally in real time scenarios, we will take the variable names. Like when dialog author, the value we will take here, that value can read, and that value can replace with the attribute. Here I am mentioning some 40, and here I am mentioning some demo. Simply I am saving this one, and I can reload my page. Now go down. In the down there is a demo, right? So you can inspect that demo. This is the demo, right? This is the attribute, and this is also attribute. There are two attribute I passed, and here I am reading the value. Whatever the value I am reading, it can replace with this one. That I am checking with that. I can reload the page. Now there is a demo, right? Inspect the demo. Go to the demo. This is the demo tag. Title. Title is the attribute, right? It will be top. Normally, lorem ipsum is replacing. Here I could take this value. Generally, attribute meaning this attribute it can replace with this text tab. Here I can take the true value like some 50 double equal to 50, and this is the true. If this is the true, then it is replaced with this value. Can reload the page so that we can observe the changes in the inspect mode. Where actually I would go to here and go to the demo. And then see here. There is a title. This is showing like this. Okay. So normally the thing is data as an attribute meaning this attribute will be replaced with this text tag. See here, add the attribute to the host element. Add the attribute to the host element. This is the host element is div tag, and we are adding attribute. This is the attribute, and whatever the value we are reading, that value will be displayed here. Next, data as well element is also same. Element meaning replace the element name with the host element. For example, this I am copying this one. I can go to the document. I would say HTML file. I can paste here. Like I would say element name here is header is the element name, right? And it is replacing with the host element. Now you can check this one how it is displaying on the page. If I am going to the page, can reload the page. There is a text can display on the page. And demo text or normal plain text. This you can insert that. Text right, how we return the code here. Text h1. Uh, so actually what is happening here, so I will tell you here. This is the text right. This text is replacing in this area. So finally we are getting the output like this. How we are getting the output? We are getting the output h1 and text, and I would say like this, closing the element. Okay. So this is replacing with this one. This is replacing with this one. Okay. We are getting the values output like this. H1 text and H1 close. H1 close. Okay. Next after that we have these are the attributes actually. Unwrap, element, attribute, text, include, and all. These are the attributes. Okay. So data by use, data by test, data by list, data by repeat, data by include, data by resource, data by template, data by call, data by unwrap, data by text, data by element, data by attribute. These are all the attributes which we have in the HTML. So any interview, if you attend any interview, compulsory, any years of experience also, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, compulsory they will ask the questions on these attributes. Very, 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 very important. Compulsory they will ask the questions on this area. Compulsory they will ask the questions on this area. Very, very, very important. Okay? Okay, fine. So you have to buy out this one and you have to do the assignment. Also, some of them, you guys, what I said assignments, push your code to the repository, that screenshot you have to take, that screenshot you have to upload, right? But most of them are not following. What they are doing normally, they are taking the screenshot of a normal CRT and all. This is the screenshot they are taking and they are uploading. No, not like that. You have to push your code from your local to repository. In the repository, you can open a specific hierarchy. There you will get the code, take the screenshot of it, you can upload to the website. This is the steps I said to you. Okay. Yeah, I hope this is all about HTML, guys. So after the HTML, next we have the topic that is OSGi. So the first question, what is OSGi? OSGi meaning Open Service Gateway Initiative. Open Service Gateway Initiative. Gateway Initiative. So what is the purpose of this one and why actually they bring the OSGi concept? This is also a kind of a framework. In the AIM architecture itself, we discussed about the three frameworks, right? What are the three frameworks? JSR is the one framework, and OSGi is the one framework, and Apache String is the one framework. Apache String is the one framework. So this is also one framework. This is also one framework. Okay. All the service gateway initiative also one framework. Now, why they bring this OSGi service come into the picture? Because any project we can divide it into multiple models. So very big project also we can divide it into multiple models. So when we divide it into multiple models, what happens actually? So any project there are different teams are available. Like front end people they will be work on the front end environment, and back end people they will be work on the back end environment. So any project you can divide it into multiple models. So come to our project. This is our project, right? If I open my project is divided into multiple models or not? Multiple models. My project is also divided into multiple models. So what is the advantage with the multiple models? Advantage with the multiple models is, so all the front end team where they actually they will work in the front end client is like designs, writing HTML. So they will be access on the UI apps. They will go and then they can write on the I would say front end CSS and all. Where actually backend team they will work core model. So what the advantage with the entire entire big project into different modules? Because parallel development, meaning backend team they will work continuously on the backend environment, and front end team they will be work on the front end environment. So what happens, like if they are continuously working, so we can get the more work. They can do the parallel development and they can do the parallel implementation as well. I would say deployment as well. Okay, so that is the advantage with the OSGi. So in the OSGi, entire project we can divide it into multiple modules, and with the help of multiple modules, we can do the parallel development and we can do the parallel deployment as well. Hmm. Now coming to here, advantages. Okay, fine, very good. There is a bundles. For example, if I am working on the backend, I only made the changes on the only backend files. If I do the only changes on the backend files, then I don't want to deploy entire project, because if I want to deploy entire project, so in my case we are doing working on the this is normal simple project, but in the real time scenarios, the project will be very big. If you want to deploy entire project into the AIM 4502 server, it will take more time. Normally, it is taking, as of now, it is taking four to, I would say 2 to 8 minutes. But in the real time scenarios, you want to deploy the entire project, it will take more time. Okay? So we don't want deploy every time entire project. For example, if you return backend files, then you can deploy a specific folders as well, specific modules as well you can deploy. Okay. For example, if you made a changes on the UI apps only you can deploy into the server. Okay. So that is the advantage with the OSGi, and any project can divide it into multiple modules, and that multiple modules can deploy into the server. And so, we can that is one advantage. So we'll try to understand few of other points based on this. See here what actually you have. Gateway initiative. It introduced in year 1999. This is the organization. So initial company name is the OSGi dot organization. Okay. So initially they focused on embedded devices. Embedded devices meaning both hardware and software, like washing machines, ATM machines. These are all comes under the category of embedded devices. Okay. Eclipse. We are using the Eclipse ID, right? Eclipse also designed by using OSGi. These are the only interfaces and implementations they will provide these companies like Apache Felix and Eclipse Equinox, Spring DM, okay, Knob of Flarefish. These are the only interfaces, meaning OSGi is the only interface and implementations. So other companies they will provide the implementations. Like Apache Felix is the one company they will provide the implementation, and Eclipse Equinox is the one more company they will provide the. These are the implementations. They will provide the implementations. Apache Felix, okay, Eclipse Equinox, Spring DM and all, right? Next, what are the advantages of the OSS? So these are the advantages. What is the advantage? First, you can do the any project fast. See, OSGI maintains the list of classes and provided the bundle names. It is easy to find out while class loader and searching for the class. Next up, reducing the complexity. For example, there is a big project and parallel all team members are working together. Front end people will they will work on the front end, back end people will work. So every time we need to deploy entire project. That is very complex, right? Time waste and very complex. Okay, we don't want complexity. If you go with the OSHA approach, entire project you can divide into multiple modules, where actually finally we'll get the complex, can reduce the complex. So see, entire application can be divided into modules and allows the parallel development. And allows the parallel development, right? See, next views. OSGI component models make it very easy to use many third-party components in the applications. So our components and third-party components meaning predefined components. So if you want to use other companies or other project components to in our project also, that we can reuse. That is also one more advantage we have with the OSGI. Next, dynamic updates. Dynamic updates meaning, for example, currently the version is 6.5. If Adobe team they release the 6.6, then immediately can get the updates. Okay, easy deployment. We are doing the deployment very easier, or it is some difficult. Easily deployment. Versioning meaning, for example, currently we are using the version 6.5. Okay, they after like 3 months or 4 months, Adobe team they release 6.6. So 6.6 there are many bugs. 6.5 is working all the systems, but 6.6 is not working in some systems. There is some bugs, right? So in that case, what they will do, they revert back the 6.6. Again, meaning whatever the latest version they release, they can revert back. Okay, they can revert back and they can continue only 6.5. So that is the version. They can easily revert back their versions. They can easily revert back their versions. Next, lazy meaning bundles can be started eagerly, but they can also configure to only start when the another bundle is using them. Bundles, you know the bundle timestamp and all right. When you deploy the bundle, all the components and services will be activated. I will show you how they will activate and all. So as of now, you have to understood all these advantages. Secure meaning obviously a Java, we are using Java language, or obviously our code is the secure. These are the points. Any issues in this? Fast, reduce complexity, reuse the code, dynamic updates, easy deployment, versioning, lazy and secure. Lazy and secure. This is clear, right? This is the OEJ architecture. Normally, we know already it is built up with three frameworks. Again, OEJ also have the architecture. So inbuilt, it is made up of with this one, like Java and like execution environment, modules, and lifecycle services. So all will be in bundle only. This is the OS. This is the OS. So here basically in the interview perspective they will ask the questions. What is the difference between bundle and jar file is the one question they will ask. And what is the difference between bundle and package? Already we know package. What is package? What is the purpose of package? Hmm? Package. What is package? We will use the package. What is the extension for the package? .gp is the extension. So same way, in case of bundle also, there are few differences. So bundle contains dart class files, resource files, metadata. Resource files meaning our images, videos, all will be in the format of resources. Dart classes meaning our Java classes. And metadata. Metadata meaning about information like what plugins we used and information about the bundle timestamp, bundle name, this kind of information will be available in the metadata. Metadata. What is bundle? Bundle meaning it is a combination of resources, metadata, and dart class files. Dart class files. So see here in OSGi service platform, bundle are the only entries for the deployment of Java-based applications. A bundle is deployed as the Java archive, and jar files are used to store the applications and their resources in the zip-based file in the format of jar file. Come to here. Mm. See this diagram actually why they bring the modules concept in front of us because, for example, if you can take a bridge as the example. In older days, how they can build the bridge. So entire bridge they can build in single piece. So there are many drawbacks if you any bridge construct in the single piece. What are the drawbacks? For example, in any place, any crack will come. So we need to. There is a very difficult to repair that part, right? So instead of single piece bridge, so what nowadays everybody is doing. So these pieces they can manufacture in the city or somewhere in the factory, and wherever construction is going there, so simply they can bring the pieces from factory to the construction area, and they are constructing the bridge. For example, in future, so anywhere, for example, if this piece might be broken or might be any damages, so there is a chance to replace, right? There is a chance to replace. So which is the recommended one? Like entire bridge to construct the entire bridge in single piece or to construct the entire bridge in multiple pieces? Which one is the recommended one? Multiples. For example, in our case, we can take the our phone. So you can assume there are two scenarios. First scenario is entire mobile in single piece, like almost so